I don't ride for nobody, no badge, no crew. Truth don't play favors, it just come through. I don't take sides, I take time and review. So to put it, let the context break through. If you clean, that stamp stay true.
Some things are definitely in plain sight. You would think most things are in plain sight, especially if you put them there. But sometimes you could be like me, where you put your glasses down and you don't know where you put your glasses down. But a glass is substantially smaller than a child, wouldn't you say? Okay. Well, we're gonna be watching another video here today that might leave you a slight bit upset, slight bit, and then it will leave you pissed off, and then you might reconcile the emotions later on. But we'll find out. So let's get into it and see what we have today. All right.
It's just before 11 a.m. in Jacksonville, Florida, where police rushed to a busy intersection after a caller reported witnessing a man drive over an infant.
Hey, tag number to the police. It was a black car right here, but he said he gave the tag number and everything.
The person who saw it,
yeah, he already left.
He gone.
Yes, sir.
You didn't see what happened?
No, sir.
I picked my baby up. 327, are you 77?
First responders find 8-month-old Pablo Golden severely injured and tend to the infant while the child's mother and onlookers watch in disbelief.
Where did this happen?
This just happened right in the middle of the road. I can't call nobody.
Were you walking or were you in a car?
I was walking that way.
With your baby?
No, he was supposed to be in the car.
Okay, I'm kidding.
She was right behind me. She said she was right behind him in the car. So she might can help.
Now, in case you're wondering, and you might be as confused as I am, an infant in a car is now on the road after being damaged. And you might think to yourself, how? You know, that was the first thought that came to my mind. How? Maybe the baby is a savant and the baby can walk and reason, and was thinking, if mama going, I'm following. Maybe that was a thought process. But that's not what happened. And if you think you know what happened, I'll warn you that you may not have it. Okay, let's go.
I'm like, oh Jesus. He went that way.
What'd you see happen?
I was behind them at the red light. She jumped out the truck. When she jumped out the truck, his car door opened. I'm thinking he finna jump out. But then next thing you know, I seen a baby down there. He ran over the baby and took off.
Out in the street?
Right here at the red light.
So she and the baby were in the vehicle that hit the baby?
Yeah, she and the baby in the vehicle,
okay.
But she got out first and went across the street, and he sat the baby on the ground and just ran over the baby.
You heard that right. One witness says she saw a man place the child on the ground and drive over him. According to an arrest report, the 8-month-old was later pronounced deceased at a children's hospital due to, quote, lacerations of the brain, blunt impacts to his head, and fractures of the vault and base of his skull.
I'm sorry?
I'm gonna go with her. That's the victim?
That's the baby's mother.
What a baby? Oh,
right here.
So did you have that on your bingo card? Maybe you did. Maybe you figured it out before, most people, but did you have that on your bingo card where this is the scenario? Pops takes kid, puts kid down outside car, takes off car, covers child with tires, and father leaves. All right, that's phase one. Now we're going to get to phase two, and you can let me know if you think that the father was aware. Okay.
The witness over here says that the mother and the baby were in the same black SUV. Mom hops out, and then the baby hopped, and the baby was out, and then the SUV drove over the baby. But I don't know what Brooklyn's got over at Stockton. They got it cocaine? Okay.
A caller who said they followed the suspect's vehicle, described as a black GMC, to a nearby gas station, alerted police to the suspect's whereabouts, and it wasn't long until the dangerous driver was in handcuffs.
Sorry. I don't even get to talk, man. You'll get to talk.
Police identify the suspect, seen here, as 20-year-old Justin Golden, the father of the 8-month child.
You don't get to talk. Hey, what? Oh.
Come this way.
Hey, just let her pet you down. You don't have nothing on you, right?
Oh, I ain't even letting me talk before anything. Like, what, bro?
No, you're going to get to talk. We don't want to ask you nothing yet.
Watch this. Yeah.
I'm not gonna go nowhere.
No, I know you're not.
All right, man. I didn't get a chance to
I'll
double
pull
lock
straight
it, so I'm
over
gonna
it.
double lock these handcuffs. So it'll keep the handcuffs from tightening up on you.
I stopped. I didn't. Like, I'm trying to see why.
Hold in.
I'm not gonna go nowhere.
Justin is sent on his way to the police station. Meanwhile, officers make a horrifying discovery back at the scene.
Okay. She said it happened right here in the street. Romeo 629. I'm gonna need another couple units out here in McDuff and Lennox.
94, we do.
I'm looking for where it happened, right here. Right here.
Near the intersection of Lennox Avenue and McDuff Avenue South, police find a single pacifier in the roadway.
I don't know what it is in people's mind. I don't know if there's something else going on. Water, food, air. That makes humans not logically go through things. Like,
Surrounded by suspected drops of blood.
I think we got it locked down now. Crime scene's right here. You can see the blood and the binky right over here. There's blood from the impact.
So what happened?
Doesn't look good. Well, the witness over here in the leopard print shirt said that the woman was in a black SUV. She got out of the SUV, and then the witness sees a baby outside of the SUV, and then the SUV drive and hit the baby and then took off.
I'm going 1097.
I don't know. Did the baby get out and then got ran over on accident?
Right.
Or did somebody put the baby out? We don't know those details yet.
well, you do though, because she said that's what he did. I'm not a cop, and I remember that's what she said. She said the woman got out and the man opened his door and put the baby on the ground. That's what I remember her saying. Sir, with all due respect, he put the baby on the ground outside his door and took off and ran over the baby. First of all, why would you hear me out? If you want to leave that badly and you don't want the kid with you, whoever the kid belonged, the best thing you could think of logically now, you going through in your mind, this is what your mind tells you to do. Take the baby, put the baby on the ground right outside your door and leave. What could go wrong? Nothing, man. It's all good.
Traffic homicide detectives would later determine that the victim was hit by the left rear tire of the GMC driven by the suspect as he attempted to make a left turn into the intersection.
Got out, placed the baby on the sidewalk, drove off, but didn't know the baby probably got back in the road and ran over the baby. 8 months.
Did the guy that placed the baby on the sidewalk run over it?
Yeah.
Or somebody? That guy.
He did.
And you know what? If you okay, again, I feel like I'm watching the stop sticks, except with people's brains. 8 months old, you want me to believe that somehow a man could put an 8-month-old on the sidewalk, get back to his car, then take off, and in that time frame, an 8-month-old can make it from the sidewalk across traffic to where the wheel was? That's a fast baby. Usain Bolt needs to look out. If they're making babies that can, at 8 months old, make it from a sidewalk to the opposite side of traffic before an adult can take in themselves to a car and take off, that's a fast baby. I don't know. I don't want to see what that baby would be like as an adult running. You will never. He could commit any crime. He'll be that's the Flash. That's the Flash at this point. If you believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe not intentionally. Was he? He's
Don't know yet.
We don't know.
what the crap?
I mean, he placed
I think he's over here, blood on the ground.
Yeah, blood with pacifier.
Next, investigators catch up with the 911 caller who said she followed the suspect. But see what she has to say.
Yeah, please.
So you saw what happened?
Yes, I was actually, this is my bank, and I thought my bank was open. So as I was coming out, he was right here at the red light. He opened the baby, put the baby down. I was like, well, damn,
Out of which door?
The driver door.
Driver door?
Yes, sir. He was right here at this red light.
Facing this way?
He was, yeah. So I chased him. I'm the one called to say I was following him. And another lady hopped out and jumped and got the baby. So since she got the baby, I kept going. He made that right here, cut through, and went to the gate gas station.
So when you say he got out of the driver's seat.
No, he didn't get out the car. He just opened his door.
Oh, he opened his door and he
laid the baby down.
On the ground.
Was it in a carrier or anything?
Nothing, sir.
Just
Put the baby out like it was a bag of trash. Yes.
And where was the woman at?
I don't know where she came from. Now, that happened so fast. She didn't get out that car or nothing with him. She had to be like another innocent body.
So he put the baby out and
like
then...
this, he's facing like this, opened his door, laid the baby down, closed his door, and speeded off.
Now, seated in an interview room, detectives have plenty of questions for Justin.
So, all right. So I want to talk a little bit about what happened today. So walk me through what happened.
I'm gonna walk you through from when I first woke up. So, I got up today. Had ended up changing my sons. I had fed my sons or whatever. My baby mom, she ended up letting me know like they need some more diapers and wipes and stuff like that. I had already knew that, but I wasn't going, you know what I'm saying, go get them. I was gonna order them.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up talking me into like going to get them. So we leave the house, we go get the diapers or whatever. After we get the diapers, she let me know like she hungry, she want to go this place to get some food or whatever. I'm letting them know like I gotta put gas in the car before I do anything. Like even if you guys go look at the car right now, like it literally barely got gas in it because I had just put that gas that's in it. We ended up, you know what I'm saying, leaving from the Walmart. We still, you know what I'm saying, arguing or whatever, talking about it, discussing it, however you want to put it. She say, I'll just get out and leave. And I'm like, if you leave, make sure you take Pablo with you because I ain't got time for you trying to, you know, get the laws involved and sound like I'm kidnapping him or whatever because that's what she always threatens me with. So we at the light. She like being real animated, like doing like the most. She slapped me in my eye. I just look at her. She grabbed my son from the car seat, unstrapped him, whatever. And she just holding him. She said, I'll get out right now. I'll get out right now. I'll leave right now. So I'm just like, honestly, I'm gonna tell the truth. I was like, leave then, because I didn't think she'd do it.
Yeah.
I was like, get out and leave then. You ain't gonna do it like that. She gets out. So I'm like, bruh. I'm like, bro, where you going? And she's like, no, I'm going to show you. And watch. She's like, when the police come and get you, you're going to know just what happened.
Now, again, 2 brain cells that I do have. If someone said, I'm going to leave the kid in the car with you, it's your son, mind you. I'm not some random person. This is not Uber. This is your kid, and you know the child. You take care of it. You help put the child together because your seed is this child with yours, DNA, your kid. Mama say leave it, and you, as the dad, say take the child with you because I ain't got time for this. You don't have time for your own child. Logic. Okay, let's say that's the case. It's still a baby, right? Cool. You would think some part of you would be like, I still got to make sure that the baby's safe. That's what you would. No, in your head, you don't want to get in trouble with the law for kidnapping. So you decide to speed off after leaving the child there. Instead of, novel thought, hear me out. Instead of keeping the child with you, going across the street, parking somewhere, calling the cops and telling them what happened. And that way You are the good guy because you didn't want the police to show up from someone else's report. So we maybe, yeah, 2 brain cells.
That's when I'm like, nah, bro. I was like, nah, bro, get your son, bro.
Investigators
Get your
redact
son.
this portion of the interview, but an arrest report states that at some point, Justin said he, quote, removed the child and placed him gently on the roadway after an argument between him and the child's mother.
How the hell do you place a child gently on the roadway? Who in their who in their right minds thinks okay? I'm trying. I'm really, this one's testing me. I tell you what. Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he doesn't know.
And I went to pulled off, went to the gate, got gas. I had noticed a car. I noticed a car was like, it kept circling me, and it looked like she seemed to be on the phone. Like she kept circling me, so I'm just like, I'm not thinking too much of it, because in my eyes, I don't feel like I did nothing wrong. You feel me?
No.
So she's yelling at you. She's saying she wants to get out the car, right? Okay. So you guys stop at the light. So does she get out? She gets out, walks away, or what's going on here?
So, like I said,
yeah,
she grabs the baby from the car seat, unstraps him. She starts yelling at me, all in my face, being animated, like I said before. She slaps me in my eye.
Okay.
Then she gets out of the car and she puts the baby down. And she said, all right, watch. When the police comes and gets you, you'll know why they came.
Okay. So hold on real quick. So she's the one, so she turns around, unbuckles Pablo. Okay, right? Okay, so she unbuckles him. She pulls him out the seat. Okay, where's she put him? Just on the passenger seat?
She has him.
Has him in her arms.
Yeah.
And where is she standing in reference to the car? In front of it, behind it?
No, I never said she got out yet.
Okay, so she's still in the car.
Yeah, I said she was in the car after grabbing him out of the car seat or whatever.
Yeah.
She slapped me, got out the car, and put him in the passenger seat. Then she walked across the street a little bit. And in the midst of her walking, she turned around and was like, okay, watch. When the police comes and gets you, you'll know just why they came.
Okay.
And I yelled at her. I was like, bro, no, bro, get your son, bro.
Okay.
I'm not doing that today. That's exactly what I said.
Come get your son. I'm not doing that today. Your son. Brother, it's your kid too. FYI, didn't know someone told you? Maybe you weren't aware. Here's a novel thing. When you and a woman come together, y'all contribute materials that create and craft a human being, and it becomes both y'all child, not just hers, it's yours too. Meaning, if mama decide, I'm not gonna be here, you have the right and the reasonable responsibility to keep said child because it's yours too. But to you, it's her child. Okay.
So when she turns and walks away, where's Pablo?
Passenger seat.
So she gets out the car and puts him on the passenger seat? Okay. So that's what I was trying to figure out is where Pablo was in all this. Okay. So she gets out the car, she starts walking away, says what she has to say. All right. So she turns around, yells at you, whatever. You don't want Pablo in the car because you don't want to be responsible for him, right?
Right.
Okay. Did you feel like you hit anything when you were leaving the scene?
God honest truth, no.
Okay.
If I did, I would have stopped.
Did you feel a bump or did you hear any kind of screaming, anything like that?
No.
Okay. And then you just went to go get gas, and were you planning on coming back from Miss Whitby?
Yes, that's why I literally got the gas, pulled out, and was coming right up the exact road.
I drive a lot. In fact, I did a lot of driving when I was doing some security installation. Many of you may also have vehicles. Do you know how when you're driving, say you're driving on the freeway, right? And you can feel rivets from where trucks have been going over the freeway in rain and stuff like that. Or better yet, you can feel grooves in the road from semis, or if you're in the back road, or you're in the, your city, in your town, and you're driving and small deviations and divots, or even the little light things on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Reflectors, or you can feel your car go over that. You feel those, right? So do you think maybe if I thought if say a human, a little human child possibly, was in the road, would you feel that under the car if he ran over it? I'm asking for a friend. I think I would. It's a little bigger than a speed bump.
Okay. Okay. So what do you think happened to Mr. Pablo? Were you told anything about what happened to him?
No.
Do you know why we're here?
I swear to God, I don't. Okay. That's the whole time. I'm not trying to be funny or nothing like that. If you guys were to go back and look at those body cams, that's exactly what I'm asking them. I'm like, can I talk to somebody? Are y'all gonna send someone to talk to me? Like, I'm just sitting in the car, my arms hurt. Could y'all just take me to the station so I could talk to them?
Right.
They were telling me, no, we gotta wait for them to come here to the scene.
Sure.
And eventually they told me, all right, we're gonna go to the station so you can do this. And it just had me confused and scared.
Confused, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you started to drive away. Unfortunately, you struck him with the car. Okay. Is Pablo your child?
Yes.
Is that both of y'all's child, Mr. as well?
Got my last name.
Okay. Mr. Pablo was transported to the hospital. Unfortunately, he did not survive. Okay.
Now, initially, I felt really bad for all my thought process about the young man. I did. Because obviously quite distraught. The news is killing him. Let's see if your thought process changes with mine, shall we? 3, 2, 1.
Bro, please don't tell me y'all what y'all finna tell me. I'm in trouble for that.
Not my son's dead. I can't believe my son is gone. No. The distraught behavior, the walking around, the stretching the hand, finally leaving inside the shirt, out the sleeve, and the rubbing of the face and the walking around is because he might be in trouble for that. What? Yeah, look, you heard him.
We don't know. That's why I want to talk with you.
Bro, please.
Okay.
Bro, no fool, bro. I know y'all could just go ahead and just tell me, bro.
Well, we have a lot of stuff that we need to talk about, and
bro,
I know. I'm sorry that we had to tell you this.
Bro, I'm in trouble for this.
Well,
we're not talking about who's in trouble. We're trying to notify you that your son is dead, sir. And we're just trying to get all the details. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Operation number 1 is, can we get details? Can we get a picture of what happened?
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm letting you guys know
that way. Okay. So
we're just trying to figure out what happened. That's step 1. Okay. Okay, and you're doing great. We appreciate it.
I wanted to get your side of the story.
Like, bro, I know you want to get my side, but it's like, can someone call my mom? Please, someone, please, call my mom. Please.
Justin points some blame towards the child's mother, saying the argument provoked him to place his son on the ground.
Oh, yeah. I can't tell you how many times that's happened with me. I'm sure you're in the same boat. You arguing with your spouse, and the first thing you think to do is to put your child on the roadway while you're in a car. I thought about that. I don't know how many did it hundreds of times. Who doesn't think about that? You know, there's some things that make you go, wow. This one it makes you want to more line of, what the that's what you really want to say. That's what's in my head.
Over fear of police retaliation. But When detectives speak to the woman, she has a different story to tell.
I get in the car and say, yeah, they need wipes. You say, okay, they need wipes. Mama sent me $50, I say, okay. Nana sent $50 for the kids and nothing to use what Nana sent for the kids. Go in the store, get the diapers. I'm like, bro, we needed the wipes. Like, we need the wipes. We're using flushable wipes for the baby. So he just gets mad and just starts just rushing out the door, starts speeds walking out the door. I only got little legs and trying to keep up. So he gets in the car. Well, I put my baby in the car. I strap him up, put him in the car with the stuff. He's just having his little tantrum about the little money that he wanted to save. I'm not arguing back with him. I'm letting him say what he wants, because that's me. That's how men are. Or, when you get mad, that's how anybody is. Anybody's going to talk, let him talk. So then I come out my mouth and I say, well, so why you didn't remember that the kids needed wipes? Because whatever he was saying made me say that. So why you didn't remember that the kids needed wipes? Because I was mad. I say, so all our brain cells just go out our brains when we get mad? So that's when I went to continue. So I said, you know what? I get out this car and start walking because I don't want to hear what you guys say. Okay. So then that's when he continued, you and your son can get out. I'm not taking my son anywhere because I don't want nothing crazy to happen to him or you do anything crazy to him, So, he just ate.
That don't make no sense. None, zero zip. I don't want to take my son because I don't want nothing crazy happening to him, but you're willing to leave him with the one person that can't even remember he needs wipes. Both of y'all crazy. Both of y'all mentally not there. You shouldn't be parents. I'm gonna say it. You don't have the aptitude for it. You don't have the heart for it. You don't care. That's kind of obvious.
Taking it on. I'm like, bro, he talking about what he said you was gonna get out the car, but you're still sitting in here. I said, I'm not gonna get out the car because I don't know if you're gonna do something to my son. He said, you said you and your son can get out of the car. I said, I never said that. He kept going ranting on saying, yes, I did. And I said, no, I didn't even say nothing. I just politely got out the car at the stoplight. I politely got out the car. Politely get out the car. And I'm walking towards the sidewalk and I hear the lady that's in the car that was behind us at the stoplight. Oh my God, you just threw the baby out the car. So as she say that, I hear my baby crying and I hear him stop crying. Okay. Like in the midst of me turning around all this stuff, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing him cry and I just hear him stop and I rush because his car is coming. So I rushed to go get him. His stuff.
Okay. When you got out of the car, where was Pablo?
Where was Pablo? In the car seat.
In the car seat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So was he ever strapped in? Okay. Did you take him out of the car seat at any point in time?
Let me get this right. Y'all are driving around with an 8-month-old unsecured in a car seat. I want to make sure I heard that right. Was he secured? No. And this is logical for both? Okay. Hey, man.
No.
Okay. So you never took him out of the car or put him in the...
No.
Okay. So he was still in there?
Yes. The lady that was the witness, she can vouch that I literally got out of the car with nothing, just my phone.
Okay.
The woman tells detectives the argument was sparked over their need for baby wipes and lack of money. Back with Justin, he continues pleading his case.
Hey, bro, y'all gotta understand, bro. It's one of them situations, God, honest truth, God can strike me right now. Like, I promise to God on everything I love. I know you guys don't care about me saying none of that. I know. But it's one of them situations, I wasn't trying to hurt anyone. I didn't even tell her to get out or force her to get out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, it was no situation where, I was trying to force a person to get away from me, or I was trying to get a kid out of my, out of my reach because I'm annoyed at them, or because I don't want them around, or because I just simply don't like them or have hate for them. It wasn't that. I swear to God, like, I don't want nobody thinking like that's what happened. I don't want jury to judge whoever. I don't care who it is. I don't want that being on me because I know what happened. If I need a lie detector to just prove like it wasn't no intent to hurt no one, like it wasn't no intent to hurt him or her, or anything like that, I'll do it. Whatever. Like I promised to God, it wasn't.
Take us through.
I'm trying, but it's just no hard because y'all just told me, bro. Like,
do me a favor, real quick. Take a deep breath.
That's the only son that had my last name, bro.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
I'm a father too, so I couldn't imagine your pain right now.
You said take you through what?
And well,
It's the only son I had with my last name. But you don't want the responsibility. Take your son, but it's the only child I had with my last name. Something tells me you're only saying that because you're in trouble now. That's what it sounds like.
you kind of made it seem like you want to talk, you want to keep discussing this. If you don't, that's fine. But if you do, I kind of want to just know your thought process. What do you think was going to happen next? Because I mean, we're talking about.
I was trying to pull off. I'm trying to leave.
So, but what do you think? Like she was going to end up grabbing him and just taking this?
Yes.
Like what?
Okay. Because that's what she does. I was hoping for her to come over there and grab the baby. I did. I even turned the wheel. That's why I'm asking. Like, are there any cameras at the?
That's something we're working on.
You will see. I even tried to turn the wheel. Like I promised to God, it wasn't no. And in my head, it was a possibility I could hear him. That's not what I was thinking.
Here's the one thing you wasn't thinking, like at all. I don't give a damn what you thought you was not thinking. You were not thinking. That is the dumbest thing I have ever heard anybody say. The most remedial, stupid thing, that the best option you thought was at your disposal was to take your child and place them near your car outside on the road. You are slow if you think that makes any damn sense. At the least, you slow. At the most, you evil. There is no good side to this. None. One, y'all driving around unsecured if we listen to her. And two, y'all driving around slow because you put your child on the outside hoping that your girlfriend would come and take the child. Instead of that, you could just park the car. If you want to hold up traffic for your argument, I prefer this. You step out of the car and say, come get your baby, and put the baby in her hand and then walk back. You could have done that. You didn't do that neither. All right.
I promised to God. I didn't think the car was nowhere near him.
How would the car not be nowhere near him when you just put him on the floor near the car?
Be in trouble for something that I know for a fact that I.
What? That you want?
I'm sorry. That I know for a fact I did not intend to do. Like, is there any way?
Well,
it's my son, bro. Yeah. I have his the diapers I went to go get this man in the car. Why would I do that if I literally just went and got him some needs? I really want you guys to like, come on, be here with me. Like, honestly, why would I do that?
No, I can't.
Yeah, we hear you, and we're not. It's not even necessarily just about intent. It's also about we have a duty to act reasonably, and we're trying to discuss with you and decide, is it truly, would a reasonable person think it's. I mean, we have to think about where cars can be coming from the other direction, right? And you close to your vehicle, so you would have to really negotiate to make sure you didn't hit him.
I watch Marvel, and I play games, and always the villain has a certain line of things that they say. And in one of the games I play, God of War, Thor is approaching Kratos, and he says, "Are you a calm and reasonable person?" And if he was to ask this kid, the answer would be, "No, I am not calm, nor am I reasonable. You are neither one of those, sir. Nor not even logical. You're not a calm, reasonable, or logical person." I don't even see how this makes any damn sense in his head that if he can say that out loud and act like it should make sense to the detectives.
So that we just have to see if this is even reasonable. What do you think?
Huh?
Have you ever done this before? Put them on the ground?
No. I'm like, I don't have no history of doing nothing like this. Like, come on, man. Okay. Like, it's proven I don't have no history of doing nothing like this. No aggressive history, no none of that. I don't have none of that.
I can tell you what you possibly have history in, an illogical pattern. That's just my guess. Here's why I say that. Because you would have to be illogical to think that what you did was logical. I don't care what story you come up with at this point. I really don't give a damn if you could have said, someone told you to do. I don't care. Because you took your child and put him on the road. That's illogical on every spectrum, buddy.
I'm really confused.
Justin says he has no history of violent behavior, but back with the child's mother, that doesn't exactly add up.
I like, we all have arguments with our spouses, significant others, whatever the case may be. The way you describe is he's mad. Like, I guess, how mad does he get with these arguments?
To be honest. So yes, he been called on domestic violence on me. Marks and stuff on my face from him. That's how mad he get. Okay. I never see him. That's why I got out the car, because he does that type of stuff. He puts hands on me. That's why I had my mace with me, because he does that. So instead of you putting your hands on me, I'm gonna get out to avoid the situation. But instead of you putting your hands on me, you killed our son.
Arrest both of them. Please arrest both of them, put both of them in jail. And here's why. If you thought he would put hands on you, why would you logically think the best place to leave my child is with him?
Has he ever been arrested for hitting you? Was that here in Jacksonville, all this stuff? Okay.
So we actually had officers come out and respond. You talk, okay.
That's why I'm not staying with him no more. The last time the officers actually came in response, they almost shot him because he put a gun out on my sister. So I left. After that, we agreed, okay, you can still come over, still see the kids. And like you said, it was, I'm sorry about you said, it was like it's not like a custody thing. We were just still seeing each other.
Okay.
Do I feel like it's reasonable? No. I don't. Okay. Do I feel like what I did was reasonable because of the outcome? I don't. Okay.
What? I want to get this right. But what? So if you didn't run over the kid, but another car did, it'd be reasonable? It's only reasonable if you, because of the outcome. So you're putting a child on a busy road. That's reasonable. I want to hit myself and pretend that's where I'm at.
Do I feel like I tried to do it, and do I feel like it could have been done differently? Honestly, I don't know.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
And I'm telling you guys that I don't know if it could have been done differently. Why? Because she has history of calling the police on me, telling them that I'm trying to do this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. It's proven.
Okay. Has there ever been issues where, like, if he had the kids, he didn't want to give them back, nothing like that? So it's always been
a good. That's why it shocked me today. We always been like this.
Okay. So there's never been like a you threatening him. Oh, I'm gonna call the cops if I don't get my kids back. Okay. So
but you just contradicted that because you said cops came guns, and you see how none of them can keep their story straight.
Like if I look it up, I haven't looked it up, but I got to verify some of these things. So if I look it up and no, there's no calls where you're like, he's kidnapping my kids, nothing like that. Okay, understand. Perfect.
I swear it was I know how she gets moment. So let me do the fastest thing I can do. I promise that's the fastest thing I could do. That was the fastest thing I could do. Why would I hurt you? Please make it. Like, guys, you have to think about it. Like, why? I've never had an issue with hurting him. Why would I do it now?
If y'all have made it this far and not mad, y'all are saints. If you have made it this far and you have your hands in, what a sad little boy. If that's where you at, kudos to you. Kudos to you. One of two things is true. You have reached nirvana or peace within or inner peace, You somewhere that ain't nobody else at, or you didn't watch the video. Only two options.
Why would I choose today to hurt my son? Why?
What you said?
So y'all really feel like I'm wrong? I just want to know.
What's that?
I'm in the wrong?
Negro. Yes. Yeah. You know, let's analyze. A baby, defenseless. You, adult. You fight girlfriend. Girlfriend leave car. You mad girlfriend leaving car. You no want child be in car. You take baby, put baby on road because you no want baby in car. You take car and go away. Car hit baby. Baby smash. You were drive car. They find you. You admit you drive car. You admit you hit baby. You admit you put baby on ground. So yes, you're responsible. Hopefully that clarifies it for you.
Yeah, we think you committed the crime to arrest you for.
You guys, like, it's nothing I can do.
Nope.
Not at this moment, no, sir. So you're going to go across the street. You're going to go to jail, okay?
I just wanted to ask, like, what was I being arrested for and how?
Okay.
Like,
Murder.
So you're being arrested for aggravated manslaughter of a child, and then also vehicular homicide of a child.
There you go.
Justin was booked for aggravated manslaughter of a child and vehicular homicide. Court records show he later accepted a deal and pleaded guilty to aggravated manslaughter of a child, while the vehicular homicide charge was dismissed. He was sentenced to 30 years behind bars. Subscribe now.
30 years because your logic button was broken as hell. In your mind, you thought it smart to take an infant and put them out your door onto a busy street, close your door, and take off. Okay. I got no more to add to that. Y'all let me know what you think. Please leave your comments below. And I guess we'll catch you on the next one.
One wrong move turn the present into the past. I don't ride for nobody, no badge, no crew. Truth don't play favors, it just come through. I don't take sides, I take time and review. So to put it, let the context break through. If you clean, that stamp stay true. If you foul, that show up too. No miss, no spin, no cover up hype. Everything judge in plain sight.